BodyBags, where horror lies.
Hey guys, Rob from Georgia here with you, and I'm your normal Wednesday night reviewer for BodyBags. And yet again, I am stepped in for the sinister one. Now this video is going to be late, and so I apologize for that. And but you know, so I thought I'd take this opportunity and revisit a film that I've revisited often, and of course it is one of my all-time favorite, Dario Argento's opera. This movie, man, it is fantastic. That is the new Scorpion release Blu-ray. Now there was another edition that recently just came out as well. It might have been Scorpion, maybe put out 2 editions. And the one I know was like really sweet. And this one, it's not bad. I mean, the transfer looks really good. But all you really have is some trailers, the interview with Dario Argento, and one with William McNamara, who plays Betty's boyfriend. Now, of course, this is 1987, and it stars Cristina Marsillach, something like that. She's Betty. Ian Charleson is Marco. He is the director of the Macbeth opera that's being staged within the film. Urbano Barberini, of course, he's Inspector Santini. And Daria Nicolodi is, Mira, I think. She's like Betty's agent. She kind of takes care of things for her. So basically what you have here, if you've never seen it, you need to, because as far as I'm concerned, this is easily in the top 5 of Argento's best work. In fact, he considers it his best, his favorite, the one that he just, opera for Dario is, he loves opera, and to be able to do this film and pour all of his everything that he had, his knowledge, his love, his passion for the idea of opera, and to have that within inside of this film, and the two kind of play off against each other throughout. I love it, man. I love it. I consider probably Bird with Crystal Plumage, Deep Red, but then my top 3 personal favorites: Suspira, Phenomena, and of course Opera. And Opera, every time I see this film gets better and better and better. But as far as the plot, and you're gonna have to excuse me, it is late. It is very late, and I ought to be in bed sleeping right now. But really, what you have here is there's this staging of Macbeth, and the Lady Macbeth suffers a terrible accident, and as she's pushed aside, Betty, who's kind of like her understudy, she gets to step up into the lead role, and this is her big opportunity. But unbeknownst to her, she is a fan, and as well as a very dark past. And all of this stuff will just slowly but surely, it will explode upon her, and she will have to, over the course of the film, really come to terms with who she is, her past, which involves her mother, and of course her fan, who ends up one of the best killers, I think, of any film maybe I've ever seen. This is great stuff. Some of the kill scenes are some of the best in Argento's filmography, I think. And I really don't want to spoil a whole lot here as far as plot. There's just like the last film I talked about, actually, but even more so in this one, there's some stuff that is happening under the surface that is you just don't want to ruin the experience of this film. This film is absolutely gorgeous to look at. I love it, man. I love from the first second this film kicks off to the very end conclusion. And I mean, it's a very dark film to look at. The color scheme of it, it's very, very dark. Thematically, it's dark. I mean, you're dealing with Macbeth, of course, in the background, but you're dealing, of course, with her tragic story as it unfolds before her. And the role of the antagonist and who he ends up becoming, or at least how he's revealed and what that past is. I really don't want to give anything away, man. It's a trip. But I've heard it said before with Italian films, sometimes, or maybe with any foreign film, if you're not used to it, sometimes it takes a revisit or two. But I'm sure most of you are probably familiar with this. And I'm telling you, man, it's just, I don't know if there's anything I don't like about it. I mean, right from the beginning, all the way through. I mean, I love cinematically, the cinematography. I know it, I can't remember his name, but I know him and Dario met each other while working on a commercial, as he was prepping for opera. And I remember, I think he was either up for an Oscar or won an Oscar for Gandhi. So the dude is good with a camera, and you can see it in this film. I mean, Dario said that the one thing he wanted more than anything, I mean, this film is about vision. It's about sight, seeing and taking things in, and that theme runs its way through this whole entire thing. It's what the protagonist is forced to see, what the antagonist wants her to see, what he sees, and what he's had to endure, and what he was constantly forced to see. It's just, you have to see it. I mean, you just have to see it. It's great. It's I think it marks Argento's, I think his great moment where a lot of things just kind of came together for him, in terms of just filmmaking. It just all hit at the right time for him with this film. Now, I mean, you can look at Suspire, and you can look at Phenomena, and of course, his early giallos, and I mean, and there's a lot of great stuff to go around to look at, to talk about, discuss. But I don't know. It's like, I've heard it said, and maybe it was on the podcast, on the 22 Shots, Moods and Horror, that this marks the last great film. And I think besides that, it also marks the moment in his career where everything just sort of intersected at the right moment, and he got to produce something that was very near and dear to his heart. And I think that comes off, it pours off the screen. I don't know how it can't pour off the screen. This is amazing. I mean, it's just amazing. I love this movie. 1987, Dario Argento's opera. That's the Scorpion release of it. And man, I'm telling you, I just watched it. Spent a few minutes and just share this. This movie is so, God, I love this movie. I love this movie. And it was fun to revisit it tonight. And I gotta go to bed. It's late. And so again, VHS82 stepping in for the sinister one, for his regular Thursday. Of course, this video will pop up on Friday, and I apologize for that. It is what it. Like Derek says, it happens. But anyways, yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Opera, freaking awesome movie. As always, go Bills.